Hey, I'm Kev, welcome back to MotoGP 18, where Mario was not spraying the champagne last time. Well, he had a poor qualifying, but he did rebound in the race. Well, the same happened in France. Can he get that champagne feeling once again? The same thing is dry here in Le Mans, around the Bugatti circuit, as McDonald's got two possible laps to go through. To qualifying two, as he's already messed up that first part, and then someone's in his way. As he's got to beat Ianno's 130. What is that? Did you see him fly? So I'm guessing this lap does not count. So we've got a thumbnail. What the hell? I've never seen a bike fly that high. And then landing all twos afterwards. And the Vanny's still just half a second down. Oh, no, he won't be. He's gone into the kitty litter. But now he's got a gap in front. Now he can properly start qualifying, as this circuit should shoot the Ducati. Yes, it's got some slow corners, but it's got a couple or a few long straights as well. Some good passing zones. So Ianno's 30.4 should be well within reach in qualifying one. As here goes McDonald then. After almost going to the moon. Let's see if we can go to P1 then, as he's down in 10th at the moment after that Bakaroo ride. Let's get all the way down for that first corner. And for the chicane as well. That's all wide on the second part, not very good. Just around nice and early on the Premac. And downhill. Oh, the bike did not like the braking. Get out to second early, kind of short shift out the corners. That's nicely into the hairpin note. And then down this back straight into the double rise. He's hot 6/10 up is McDonald. He's got a rider behind prowling him. He's prowling up to... Is that the angle in the Eto bike in front? To go through the chicane, he's a second up. Now the final sector, which should be pretty good for him, as all very wide on the left though. He can go on the power so early. And wide into the right. It's just messing up when he needs to be speeding up. As Baptista does a 30.4, McDonald's a 30.1, Ian only behind us a 29.7. McDonald needs to do another lap. He's using up both of his laps here, plus whatever that first lap was. There's now retreat just a 28.8. McDonald's lost 6/10 in the first sector. Oh, he's in danger in France, as he's down in third. And he said now every braking point, he's already gone wide in the next corner. Well done. Well, at least he's got a good guy behind at Suzuki. Whether he's doing well. As he just dives it down the inside. Just costing us both times, Iannone. What are you doing to McDonald? There's lots of engine braking. And so now he's 6/10 down. He's still not doing a personal best. As he goes to the right. And into the left, a bit wide. And choke up the apex. Now into the final couple corners. Can he make it through? It's on the power very early. No. Yes, for the time being. As it is a Premac 1-2. McDonald sneaks through ahead of Iannone. What a casualty. In first qualifying, it's Suzuki with Petrucci way ahead of everyone else, but McDonald, lots of improvement needs to happen. He's going to be qualifying anywhere in the top 10. Has Albert Batista just misses out, so does Paul Espargaro with Bat. Nakagami, Scott Redding, Franco Morbidelli, and right at the back is Alicia Espargaro and Nia Aprilia. So here goes McDonald in for his one and only effort in qualifying 2. Can he get up there near the front? Or he'll be languishing once again. As once again, riders just coming out. It's got Dovi, I think, in front. There's a Bani, he's a 10th up on Vinales. We know that 29 flat might be just second row times. Won't be near the front. So McDonald gets on the power hard. Rear end always wanting to get away. Bani's still up. Very heavy lean on front. It's actually Lorenzo in front. That instinctive shark helmet. Let's go down the back straight. Brake very hard into the chicane, shall we say. Once again, still a 10th up. So he gets into Jorge. Jorge blocking a fellow Ducati. Who would have thought? And not a bit of Dovi van at all. Let's go for the final couple corners. Shocking. But good enough for the front row. What? As Vinales takes pole, I thought it'd be 28s again. Where was Petrucci? He was 1.6 seconds slower. Where did that bullshit get pulled out from? As Dovi's in second, then we got Marquez, Rossi and Crutchlow, then Rins, Petrucci, Jack Miller on the third row. Superb job ahead of Zarco, Lorenzo and Pedrosa. Okay, race on then. So here's Mario revving up at the start then on the front row, waiting for the lights to go out as we get underway for 9 laps. Absolutely ridiculous length this race, and absolutely ridiculous is that start from his teammates. Look at Mira Petrucci assault the top 5. As here comes Mario trying to join them through. As he goes for the curb in, that's allowed Rossi down his inside. He's down the inside of his teammate Maverick as well. As now McDonald tries to follow Rossi through, down the inside of Vinales, down the inside of Rossi who got slowed up. Mario up to 6th, picking down the inside of his teammates now. So he got the inside of the curb in. Here comes Danny joining in the front, so poor start for Mario once again down to 8. And now he's in the Yamaha sandwich heading into the double right. As here comes Danny trying to join in the front, and it's like Miller's been forced back. As now Pedrosa trying to shut off Mario, he's trying to find some gap here. Get up into 6th. So he gets into his teammate Petrucci. You know, getting flashbacks to Qatar. The Mario stuck behind in 6th. Or has he? He's trying to go down the inside into the left. As meanwhile, and it's like Dovi's just serenely leading once again. As whoa, what are you doing, Jorge? Jorge Lorenzo. Man or beast? Or just a failfish? Certainly flopped around like the one there. It's now Rossi getting aggressive, Mario having none of it. Now Rossi going backwards after that assault. As he got Alex Rins going backwards as well, and here's Suzuki. Now they're batting for a podium midway for that first lap. Now battling being a top 5. As you see lots of second gear into these quarters, not first like in qualifying. As you try and save some tyres here for this long race. Lots of engine braking as well. So just about holds off Crutchlow. He's got the Spanish A-ins, Marquez and Vinales battling over second. So gets it nicely done into the chicane. Definitely one of his strongest spots on this circuit. Definitely a very good passing spot as well. He gets a good run out of that double right as Tito are back down on his Avintia. No points for Tito today. It's Valentino Rossi down in 18th, battling with Thomas Lutis. Where you go, Mario? There's a corner there. Just about recovers. So he does the 29. Well, W does the first at 29.1. There's a bit of a gap in front to the top 5. Mario's got to step out already on the third lap. He doesn't want to be extinguished in the lead battle. That's a nice chicane. Now downhill. Very easy out to brake yourself. Hooked up that curb beautifully. Trying to get on the powers. Rossi's battling past Xavier Simon for 16th. The Belgian beast. So once again, Carroll just knocking on the door. Rossi already into the points ahead of Nakagami. Quattro's teammate. As Carroll just pushes Mario wide up into sit 5th temporary for the Brit, is it? The Ducati power. Mario's out braking into the chicane. Nicely smoothly done. All this battling is meaning these two, or 3, are just falling back from the top 5 slightly. Rins holds 5th and looks a bit weak at this point in the race. Looks like he's dropping back. Smo nicely onto the power. 29.8 again. He needs to get into the low 29s though. Just not got the pace, has he, on this Premac? Heading into the chicane. Almost loses the front there. Almost loses the rear on the curb. There's old Danny down in 21st. Got lots of fallers. Then there's where you go, Mayo. There's an apex there. If you hunt it. Apex hunters this race. He brakes very tightly there. Look at Zarco and Crutchlow. That's not what you want to see on your rear view. Especially Zarco at his home race. Be hungry for a result here, the Frenchman. That's what you're doing, Cal. Cutting the circuit. Get up into 6th as Rossi up to 13th. There's Scott Redding in the points on his Aprilia. We've seen miracles happen here. As Mayo just outbrakes Cal like he isn't even there. Once again into the chicane. The Brit must be frustrated at the corner. Every time he thinks he's nailed it, here comes Mayo back down the inside. To approach the halfway mark of the race. It's solid. As once again into the double right. Doing a Lorenzo Crutchlow. That's how it works out. Smudled back down the inside of the Brit. Every time he makes a move, Mayo counter punches almost immediately. It's approached the halfway mark of this race. It's been pretty disappointing for Mayo. Just not matched the top 4. Well, this is normally his time to shine in the middle part of these races. He gets to the back of Rins. There's Rossi ahead of Baptista. They're much used to battling in the top 10, top 5 rather than 12. It's into the double right. Where you going, Mario? No. So now Crutchlow back down the inside again. Superb battle. Well, these two are just slowing each other up. Once again, look at that gap for Rins in front. As whoa! What the hell? What the? Well, McDonald's into the top 5. Well, we can only pray for Rins, who has just disappeared from this earth. As Mario gets a 29.7, he's improving. He's got Saka behind Miller, Lorenzo. Rins is in 9th. What? Then past Spargo in 10th. And through the first chicane. Mario gets on the power. He's got Zarco behind. He's got a 3-second gap in front to his teammate Petrucci. Now can he push on now that he's got... How is Crutcher in 10th? He just went to Mars and back. Let's get out of here, Zarco. Mario's got clean space. Can we see what he can do with it for once? No, Zarco. As he just holds on, Mario, heading into the final third of a battling race, shall we say, in the first half. Then I have no idea what happened. What invasion just happened? Are aliens here? Are the lizard overlords here now? So once again, Zarco just punting Mario into corners rather than actually trying to attempt on an overtake. As you look at the tyres, around halfway worn, so the tyres have been managed pretty well by Mario. As well as Zarco coming for the Jorge Lorenzo scored of overtaking there. No wonder Mario did a 30.5 when Zarco hit him 3 times on that lap. And finally attempted an overtake in the final corner. As all Mario looking a bit weak in that chicane. It could be another 5th place, it could be another top 5, but this has been a pretty average performance from Mario. Look at that, 3.7 behind his teammate. So he's lost half a second in a lap to Petrucci. It's once again wide on an apex. It's once again the bike just spinning. Rather than actually applying power down on the exit of the corner. Doesn't help that once again Zarco's just pushing him through corners rather than actually trying to overtake as the Spiral go past what can only be the shadow of Alex Rins. Into the top 10 for KTM. Very impressive from a Spargo. Once again, the brakes are just awful on this bike this race. I didn't see Mario all over the place trying to get this bike stopped. Maybe it's because of the lack of engine braking, like you can't go down the first gear. Having to use second all the time. He sets a 29.8, that's better. But he's 4.2 behind Alex Marquez as Petrucci on the march in front. Hunting down that podium he should have had in Qatar. And so on this penultimate lap of this race. Has all Dobby now got the move done on Maverick. But Maverick taking it right back. It's the Yamaha. Well, one of their stronger circuits for Yamaha is once again McDonald getting on the power. It's a breakup story, this, between Mayo and his accelerator. As once again Zarco back down the inside. Maybe Mayo can get some help here with the slipstream. As he slots it down the inside of Zarco, just about found the room there on the Frenchman. Right outside the home crowd, Mario. I'm sure they're very happy about that in the grandstands. As we approach the final lap of a race, which has felt like it's gone on forever. As Zarco punts Mario. The penultimate corner makes the move into the final corner. And then Mario just shoves the Frenchman behind on the exit like, okay, you want to play like that? He's 4.8 by Marquez. I think the worrying thing for McDonald is that the pace out front is not actually that impressive. It's mid-29s at the moment. Well, he's struggling to get into the 1 minute 30. He's struggling to get into the 29s. He's stuck in the 1 minute 30 at the moment. The struggle with his bike all race long. Let's get into the hairpin. Well, it could be another top 5. It could be some more solid points at least. Looks like everyone's paired up here in the top 6. We've got Mario and Zarco. You've got Petrucci and Marquez. And you've got Dovi and Vinales still battling like hell over the victory. Might have to be decided at the line. The way they're going. That's now Lorenzo behind. Where's Jorge come from? Watch out, McDonald, into the final corner. You know what's going to happen. He just about gets on the power. It's gone a bit wide here. Oh, here comes Jorge. We knew it was going to happen, but McDonald holds on for the top 5. With mild satisfaction. Maybe great after that move on Lorenzo in the final corner. And it was like Zarco just beat the Ducati to 6th. As the top 4 in a different planet, with Dobby just about beating Vinales to the win by just 33 thousandths of a second, with Petrucci getting that podium ahead of Marquez by less than a 1/10 of a second. Well done to Danilo, with Mario round out the top 5. Another good race for Pramac ahead of Zarco and Lorenzo. Then Crutcho just beating out Miller by less than a 1/10. Heartbreak for the Aussie, but still all 3 Pramacs in the top 9, with Rins ran out the top 10 ahead of Paul Espargaro. How did he get beaten by a ghost? With Rossi in 12th, Bautista in 13th, Pedrosa in 14th, and Scott Redding. Well done to Aprilia. They scored a point finally. And the Brit beats out Ian only by just a couple of tenths. So Elisa Spargo in 17th. Then Surin, Nakagami, and Xavier Simon rounds out the top 20 ahead of Rabat, Luti, Abraham, Morbidelli, and Bradley Smith in last. And then in the Riders' Championship, you got a new leader as Dovi leads the championship by 3 points ahead of Vinales, with McDonald down to 3rd, just 4 points back. Then there's a gap of 27 points to Marc Marquez, up to 4th now ahead of Zarco. Then Petrucci, the big mover, up into 6th ahead of Rossi, Rins and Crutcho, with Lorenzo into the top 10, with Ian only falling out now after scoring no points. Pedrosa down to 12th. Look at Jack Miller zooming in onto the top 10 in 13th. As 17 riders now scored points, with Scott Redding ahead of Surin, with Carriabam in last. And then in the Constructors' Championship, Ducati still leading by 9 points ahead of Yamaha, with Honda in 3rd, then Suzuki, KTM and Aprilia with a single point. Then in the Teams' Championship, of course, it's Pramac leading by 26 points ahead of Yamaha, then Ducati, Honda, Suzuki rounds out the top 5 ahead of Tech 3, LCR, KTM, and Nieto, Avintia and Grassini with their first point of the season ahead of the LCR, Honda of Nakagami and Mark VDS down to last. So for Mario, he achieved what he wanted to in qualifying and in the race, but did not beat his teammates. But still, he's solidifying that first rider status somehow, as his lean angle is almost at level 98. And riding position for manager at level 95, and brace manager at level 96. But lots of development points earned. No doubt they may be put on one certain area for Mugello. As in Moto 2, it was Alex Marquez ahead of Verge and Oliveira. Then in Moto 3, Martin Bezzecchi and Baschini. So for Mario, there's maybe one thing he needs to develop. There's no doubt the brakes. They were absolutely dreadful in France, as now they're halfway developed. And after his second consecutive top 5 finish, it's heading to that fast-flowing Mugello circuit in Italy next time. An old favourite for Mario. Can he rebound back onto the podium next time and take back the championship lead maybe? Sound fortune, we'll find out then.